As the 75th season of the NBA wrapped up with the Milwaukee Bucks emerging as this year's champions, teams are already gearing up for next season to make better plays, plans, and trades, which have been talk of the town for quite some time now. As we all know, chemistry is key in making great plays, so aside from trade rumors, which NBA player do you think would make a better fit in some teams? What's up, guys? Hopefully you're getting all vaccinated. Welcome to our channel. For today's episode, our topic will be about NBA rumors that are going to change everything in the 2022 season. Have these rumors reached your ears yet? Tune in to find out more. But before we proceed with today's video with you, kindly do us a good one and click that like button and subscribe to our channel with the notifications bell on so you won't miss any of our new releases. Lakers offseason plan B was Russell Westbrook. Starting today's topic, word has been going around lately that Washington Wizards point guard Russell Westbrook turned out to be a high priority for Lakers, who was the 2017 MVP. According to a report published by Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, the Lakers had Westbrook high on their priority list for a while, even if he wasn't their first option or original dream off-season acquisition. Per NBA sources, the Lakers went into an off-season with a clear plan A, unrealistic hopes of landing Damian Lillard or Brady Beal. Plan B was Chris Paul, but then the Phoenix Suns advanced to the NBA Finals, and Westbrook. Hield was always plan C. As much as they wanted him, the Lakers also wanted reciprocity from Westbrook, which became a deciding factor on draft day. Over the past weeks, the Lakers pursued Westbrook and Hield in the parallel conversations with the Wizards and Sacramento Kings. As the draft neared, the Wizards seemed content to wait on big decisions with Beal and Westbrook, Pincus reported. That pushed Hield to the forefront, but even as the possibility of a deal built around Kyle Kuzma and Harold began to form, the Lakers kept the door open to a Westbrook deal. Westbrook asserted his voice into the conversation, and per NBA source, the Wizards pivoted, and just like that, the pieces of the Kings liked for Hield were no longer available. Derek Favors of Utah Jazz rumored to be sent off to Oklahoma City Thunder. It's been reported that Utah Jazz's power forward Derek Favors is being sent off to Oklahoma City Thunder. ESPN reported on July 25, 2021 that the Jazz reportedly has some luxury tax concerns and may look to move a veteran like Joe Ingles for a pick. The Action Network's Matt Morris said the Jazz are eager to move Derek Favors and would attach this pick to do so. League sources have told me the same, a move to clear Favors roughly $20 million in remaining salary, including a $10 million player option for 2022 to 23. Bradley Beal to remain with the Washington Wizards. The Wizards have decided to keep their shooting guard Bradley Beal within the team for at least one more season, which makes up an interesting mix in the team. They also acquired several veterans like Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Montrezl Harrell, and Aaron Holiday in separate trades that sent Russell Westbrook to the Los Angeles Lakers. Ben Simmons' move is still underway, but with a firm decision. Philadelphia 76ers point guard Ben Simmons has been in the talks of being moved, which are believed to be executed within the summer. As reported by Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, Philadelphia is seeking out trade partners with Simmons' camp, now believing that the move is in his best interest. But alas, the 76ers asking price is seemingly too high for other teams to consider. It has been revealed that the 76ers have been demanding a James Harden type of return for Simmons. That means multiple first-round picks, other pick swaps, and young players. Zaire Williams selected as Memphis Grizzlies' number 10 pick in 2021 NBA draft. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reported that they opted for small forward Zaire Williams in their team. Williams has played college basketball for Stanford University, and he was also named as the number 1 small forward in the 2020 recruiting class. He became Stanford's highest-ranked recruit in the modern recruiting era and the program's first 5-star recruit since Reed Travis in 2014. The Grizzlies moved up from the 17th pick after a trade money that Jonas Valanciunas to the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for number 10 picks, Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe. Both teams also received second-round picks in this year's draft. Atlanta Hawks, Cam Reddish open to trading. Reddish has only played for the Atlanta Hawks as a small forward for just a few years, but the Hawks are ready to move off this young player. Only 21, Reddish has a lot of potential and offers a tremendous amount of upside for interested teams despite missing all but 26 games of the past season to an injury. The Duke product is averaging 10.7 points and 3.8 rebounds on 38% shooting from the field during his 2-year career. Multiple media sources have reported that Atlanta is open to trading Reddish for what would likely be a non-lottery selection in future drafts. Will Barton wants out of Denver Nuggets. Another free agent that will be available to the market this upcoming NBA season is Denver Nuggets small forward Will Barton. Barton was selected with the 40th pick of the 2012 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers and was named Conference USA Player of the Year in 2012. He was slated to make $14.7 million next season, but he chose to hit a weak NBA free agent class. He averages 11.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, and a 20.6 assists on 35% shooting from distance throughout his career. Throughout the past 4 seasons, Barton is averaging a split of 14.1, 5.0, 3.6 on 37% from beyond the arc. The two sides are said to be hopeful a long-term deal can be reached. New Orleans Orleans Pelicans unlikely to match offer for Lonzo Ball. Word got around that New Orleans Pelicans' Lonzo Ball will be done with New Orleans after 2 seasons. The 23-year-old is expected to become in demand this summer coming off a career season. Teams being linked to this shooting guard are the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, and Chicago Bulls, which include an annual $20 million salary. Sacramento Kings welcomed Davion Mitchell at number 9. Point guard Davion Mitchell has been named and trained by Don McClain as the most NBA-ready player. McClain, who is a former NBA forward who spent most of this decade training NBA draft picks during the pre-draft process, initially named Donovan Mitchell as his pick until a few months ago after seeing Davion Mitchell. His understanding of offense and defense positioning and where you're supposed to be and how you read things and how you operate out of the screen and roll game, all that stuff, he's so far ahead of the game, McClain says. All that does is shorten the curve for how much of an opportunity he's going to get. An NBA coach is going to put him in the game way before some other rookie point guard because of how far ahead of his understanding of the game. Mitchell's partnership with former Baylor grad assistant Rem Bakamis, who essentially served as his trainer for 3 years in Waco, helped him put together the missing pieces of his game. Mitchell worked out multiple times a day, and what helped him reach another level was his devotion to film study. He loves that, Baylor coach Scott Drew said. That's not work for him. It's just like people love playing video games or watching movies. Toronto Raptors to re-sign Gary Trent Jr. Shooting guard Gary Trent Jr. is expected to be re-signed by the Toronto Raptors. The 22-year-old is acquired as part of the Norman Powell trade deadline deal with the Portland Trail Blazers, who is slated to hit a free agency come summer. Averaging 15.3 points on 39% shooting from the distance during the 2020 to 2021 season, he's expected to be a pretty strong market and in demand. According to John Hollinger of The Athletic, the expectation is that Trent Jr. will ultimately re-sign with Toronto this summer. Trent Jr. boasts a mere $2.2 million cap hold, which means Toronto can be active with the room it has under the cap before re-signing Trent Jr. He seems to be a part of their long-term plans with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, assuming he's not traded. Scottie Barnes, selected as 4th overall in 2021 NBA draft by Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are carefully curating their team for next season, and they place their beliefs on the 19-year-old point guard Scottie Barnes, who played for the Florida State Seminoles, as reported by Shams Charania of The Athletic. Only 19, his athletic prowess is impressive with a towering stature of 6'9" with a 7'3" wingspan that promises elite defensive versatility at the next level. And since we're out of time, we'll be concluding today's episode about NBA trade rumors that are going to change everything in the 2022 season. Hopefully, you learned a lot and enjoyed today's video as much as we did making it.